Hi, I'm Karen Cushman, and I'm here to introduce you to my new book, When Sally O'Malley Discovered the Sea. Chapter 1. Ms. Broom chucked me out like I was chewed on chicken bones. That's the last straw, Sally O'Malley, she called as she chucked my coat after me. Goodbye and good riddance. Jumpin' Jiminy. Due to an unfortunate incident with the pig and the church ladies, I was out and on my own, and so was the pig. The sun was too strong for a coat, but my red knitted cap stayed put. I took long strides ahead, for there was nothing behind me but an angry Miss Broom and her river hotel and mineral spring. Still, where was I going, and what for? I had no purpose or destination, no place to belong, no one to depend on, no one to miss, or to miss me. Nothing was holding me or calling me anywhere. I was aimless as a falling leaf, alone. But there are worse things than being alone. I knew that for sure. A tiny shiver shook me. Fear? Not Sally O'Malley. It was more like excitement, or maybe too much of the foul-smelling water from Miss Broom's mineral spring. I just kept walking. Moses and the Israelites wandered the desert for 40 years before they figured out where they were going and why. I reckoned I'd wander on a while and hope it wouldn't take me that long. I ate as I walked, fed by the thimbleberries, huckleberries, and dark blueberries of the salal shrubs that grew in thickets beside the road. My hands turned purple from the berries, and I rubbed them on my face and growled, "Beware!" I was hungry and ferocious. If only I were purple all the time, so creepy that people would stay away. I hadn't had many good experiences with people in my life, and I tended to keep clear of them. Soon enough I was bone weary from the walking, tired as a hound with 10 pups, and I had to admit a bit low down from the tour of events. Though it was still light and the evening lingered mild and sweet, I sought somewhere to sleep. "Let's find me a place," I said right out loud, and it was strange to hear a voice. "Far enough from the road that I won't get squashed by a wagon, but not so far that I get lost in the woods." Fir and cedar trees grew as close together as sardines in a can, and so tall I swore I could see angels sitting on the top, flapping their wings at me. The ground was thick with ferns and bracken and carpeted with fir needles. I gathered heaps of fir branches and made a pile, wrapped myself in my coat, and settled down with an oof. The ground was still warm, though a little damp, and soft but for lumps of fir cones. It would do. It was as dark as the inside of an old boot when I jerked awake. Crickets and katydids chirped, the frogs by the river creaked, foxes screeched like babies crying, and owls hoo-hooed at each other. Unknown critters scrambled and snuffled and snorted. What a rumpus! I jumped to my feet, brushing off the ants and spiders. I hollered, "All of you, pipe down and let me sleep." It didn't work, but it didn't matter. Before long I was asleep again anyway. At dawn I was woke by a red and black woodpecker near the size of a butter churn, hammering for his breakfast, and I gave up sleeping. Sweeping leaves, needles, and spider webs from my clothes and my face, I got to my feet, and having no other choice, relieved myself in the woods. As I stood again, there was a sudden silence, as if all the birds and insects and critters had gone away, leaving only me in an empty world. A funny feeling ran down my spine, and the hair on my arms lifted straight up like prairie grass in spring. Turning my head ever so slowly, I looked behind me. Oh, criminy! A lion! My heart thumped like a beaver's tail on a river bank. There was a lion right there in the brush. A lion. And that's it. You'll have to read the rest of the book. Thank you for listening, and I want to thank all of the librarians who do so much to help those of us who write have a life and a career. We couldn't do it without librarians. Thank you. Stop.